Welcome back to Divine Capricorns with me, Amanda. I read for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Saturn placements. This is going to be a spiritual growth read. It's very specific. And I didn't do one last month, so I feel bad, but at the same time, my energy levels were just like cooked. I'm starting to make my way back into more of a regular schedule now. So yeah, if you didn't watch the prediction video for February, it's the one before this one. So go check that out. And yeah, anything you might need from me is down in the description box below, including my Wizio link to book me for a private reading. Let's get a Sacred Geometry Activation card. So this is one of my favorite Oracle decks. I only really use it for this spread. Every once in a while I use it for myself, but it's not very often at all. I want to know what's going on in Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Saturn placements, their spiritual journey. What is the advice? What is the overall energy? What is the advice and the overall energy? Messages, please. Awesome. Discernment, number 20. We've actually gotten this card for another spiritual growth read. So that is very interesting to me. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. I feel like this is really appropriate. I know I've been feeling this energy, and I talk about discernment a great deal on my social platforms. So if you're not following me already, you should. Just saying. Can I get another card, please? Can I get another card? Thank you. Oh, we got two. Integration and remembrance. So we've got 20, 30, and 38. So I feel like you guys are progressing at this time. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. You're moving up, you're moving on, you're doing things differently. Maybe with better discernment. Maybe this is like something you've already learned and you're like integrating it. Remembrance, we've had this card as well, I think, in the last spiritual growth read, and it does talk about the Akashic records. So that could be for some of you. It could be for quite a few of you. I don't know. We'll see. Discernment can be described as the ability to perceive or judge well. Now that we are moving into a multidimensional reality, we are invited to see polarity and duality with new eyes. Living in multidimensionality is about experiencing polarity with discernment, being in balance with it, and moving in harmony with it. Discernment has to do with our inner guide, the higher parts of us that is closely connected to source and can look at things from a perspective of wisdom, maturity, experience, integrity, compassion, and purpose. It is about being in witness mode, being aware without attachment to outcome or direction. Ooh, I love that. This is a really great card, and I'm almost wondering if maybe you need to watch the other reading that had these two in it. This was a separate reading. This is also another separate reading. Maybe I can link it in the description box if I remember. Please don't shoot me if I don't. It is what it is. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves. allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. You know, I just heard, trust your feelings. You need to trust your feelings more. I don't know who that is for, but that is for someone. So this is a Sri Yantra, which means sacred instrument. This is what's in the card. It's just showing me like what, or talking about what it is in the art. I want to find the spot. Oh, the energy of integration supports our journey through a dualistic reality in which we continuously search for union and completion, both within and without. Its frequency reminds us that our manifested world can only be when every aspect has its opposite as well. I'm going to read that again. Its frequency reminds us that our manifested world can only be when every aspect has its opposite as well. Only when we integrate everything that comes to us, when we embrace every aspect of ourselves and of everyone and everything around us, can we find an inner state of equilibrium. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting read. I already feel it. Also, just to be fair, I feel real spicy today. Like, if I say something bold or abrupt, just know I'm in the spicy mode right now. Yeah, so Remembrance is talking about the Akashic Records. So I feel like some of you may already know your records and about your past lives, and you've integrated that stuff, or you need to. I'm not going to go over that because that is something that, I mean, I could explain it to you, but it would take over. Oh, so I knock over one of the cards. Isn't that funny how I'm doing the discernment card? I'm knocking it over. I want to be discerning here. I don't want to take up too much time in this read. Otherwise, it'd be hours long. But I feel like if you're able to do your own research, then that would be the most appropriate. Let's get into the Moonology deck for more information. I mean, these reads are usually long-ish. I try to stay away from doing like hour-long ones, just because, I don't know, I like watching those personally, but I don't know if that's where I am at flow-wise with reading right now. You know, sometimes there have been consecutive reads where it's like 13 minutes for me, and I got out a lot, but then there's certain ones that are like 32 minutes, and somehow it's basically the same idea. What's going on? Can you tell me more? That didn't take much. 3 cards. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. We did get that one, I believe, in one of the spiritual growth reads. So maybe like there's you coming back and integrating some more lessons. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. And then meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. This has also come out previously. So get these up front here so we can see all of the cards. Really don't have that much room on my table, and I'm sorry. It's all good though. I feel like there's a need to go deeper. I'm not entirely sure what that, like figuring out a plan. There's a need for a plan. I mean, practical plan with the full moon in Taurus card. So maybe needing to be more on the practical and logical side of things. as you integrate whatever you've been learning. Can we go deeper in with the tarot? Can you tell me more about these cards and why they came out? Please and thank you. They're jumpy. 7 of Pentacles, first card. Ace of Cups. So there's something you've been nurturing for the last few months, could be 7 months. This could be in regards to, 7 of Wands. Oh, we got 2 sevens. This could be in regards to the retrogrades. Tomorrow, Jupiter goes direct, and then the 22nd, 23rd of February, Mars goes direct. Depends on your time zone. 7 of Wands. Some of you have felt like you've needed to protect yourself, like maybe from other people. I don't know why I'm getting that from the 7 of Wands. I've really never gotten that kind of message. Like, these other wands are coming at her, and she's got her wand, you know, in front of her chest and like in a fight position, like fighting for something that you really want. Can you tell me more? Please tell me more. Wow. Hold on. 3 of Cups. The Moon. Lovers. 2 of Pentacles. Temperance. Yeah, there's something about your Akashic records that is really important information in terms of relationships. I'm just going to throw that out there. If you have never gotten your chart read, I do recommend it. Changed my life. It gave me the ability to take myself more seriously. And it allowed me to visualize what I really wanted my life to look like. It helped me with my confidence too. So also that in conjunction of your Akashic records is very important information. It can help you move forward, especially with relationships and dealing with people. So you got Taurus energy right here with the 7 of Pentacles. So Taurus is significant in some aspect. Cancer for sure. 3 of Cups, the Moon. New Moon in Cancer. We don't have any Pisces cards out here, but I feel like these phases might be important for you this year. So maybe look up the calendar and check those things out. I also feel this sense of like, you might even be tired of hiding who you are. I want to clarify the 7 of Wands with the 2 of Pentacles, to be honest with you, because I'm getting some interesting messages with the Discernment card. Can you clarify 7 of Wands with the 2 of Pentacles? What is this? Clarify these 2 cards for me. The Hierophant, Taurus energy. What I'm getting from the Hierophant is like being solid in who you are. So I'm almost wondering if you like need to take off this like nice person mask and just be authentically who you are and like share yourself. Like maybe you don't tell or talk to people about the things that you're into. If you're into spirituality, maybe most of the people around you don't know. The Three of Cups talks about celebrations and being surrounded by people. Like it's a social type of card. I almost wonder if with the Temperance card, it's like your guides are like coming together to figure out how to get you back on track or just keep you moving forward. Ooh, sorry guys, my neck hurts today. There's just also something about you remembering who it is you are. Like maybe you're someone that is like me. Maybe that's why I was sharing my experience with getting my birth chart read. I was really picky as to who I was gonna let read me. That's just how I am. So please do your research and find an astrologer that you resonate with. I usually say book a tarot reading with them first, get a feel for how they do things. And then if you feel like they match you or they it feels right, then get them to book their chart reading services if they have it. Usually they do. I'm like not, I guess I go back and forth with considering myself a studied astrologer. I mean, I just have been studying it for years and I love it so much, but I've never really taken it to like a serious level. Because honestly, you could study it for decades and still not feel like you know it thoroughly enough. Yeah, the Lovers talks about alignment of souls. I feel like maybe you are needing to integrate your past lives and like find the timeline, whatever that means for whoever needs to hear it. Some of you are going to an event soon where you're going to be learning about these things, which is wild because I bought me and my bestie tickets to a human design workshop in a couple weeks. It's next weekend. I know so little about human design, but I'm so interested in it. So yeah, I'm excited over that. Some of you are maybe looking out at or looking or staring at your vision board for this year. Some of it on that vision board could have travel, although I'm not getting like travel cards here, but it is what it is. Yeah, taking measures into your own hands, like taking back control even to find a sense of balance. Maybe you need to balance out your relationships more with discernment. So if I can give any sort of background or information on discernment from my personal experiences, I think that we get it a little skewed and wrong because we're supposed to judge character. Judgmental, that's a very specific kind of energy that's more on the extreme side. When you judge someone's character, it's based off of their words and their actions, right? So when we do that, and we do it from a place of detachment, but with compassion and wisdom, that doesn't make us a bad person. That actually makes us a discerning person, right? It creates more of this inner balance for us because we're surrounding ourselves with authentic and genuine people. Now, the opposite of this would be if you are not strong in discernment you kind of just think that everybody is wonderful and a good person, even though you see red flags and you just ignore those things. Been there, done that, still kind of doing that. But, you know, it's a work in progress always for me. But I feel like discernment is one of those things to practice more of, especially if you're a spiritual person. It aggravates me, people who are in the spiritual community who make all these claims of manifestation, healing, I am a healer, you know, all sorts of different claims. But you can tell by the way that they react to certain things, the way they behave, and their actions in general, that they haven't done inner work. I don't know to what degree they haven't. Of course, that's not for me to judge. But I sense it, and it's very off-putting to me. Whereas I can recognize somebody who absolutely has, and maybe they're still working on those things. They're a work in progress, but they admit those things because they take accountability and responsibility. The other people don't. They just want to hide behind spirituality. That's where spiritual bypassing is not okay. Absolutely not okay. I don't recommend that route, and I don't recommend, you know, teaching that to other people. Healing every part of you is hard. It's challenging. It can be very lonely. It can be very dark, painful. But that's how you get onto the other side, where the light is, where it's not so bad. It's actually pretty wonderful. So, yeah, I don't know who that's for, but I'm going to go deeper with the Cosmic Insights deck that I just got. I'm really excited. I like this deck. Can you tell me more? Give me some advice for my Capricorns at this time. What is the advice for my Capricorns? We pulled so many cards today. I think you just needed extra messages, maybe. Narcissist. Someone is too full of themselves. Vacation. You will be traveling soon. I did talk about travel. Yes, luck is on your side. Narcissist. I think you need to get away from a person or this kind of person. Someone that's just not, they don't have your best interests at heart. They really don't. And they just care more about their image than working on themselves. So maybe that's why I'm talking about this stuff. Okay. Is everybody else noticing? People like the veil is so thin right now. We're seeing a different kind of reality. Those of us who have been woken up and awake for some time will know what I'm talking about. If you're not awake yet, then this is just going to sound weird to you. But seeing people for who they actually are from the outside and the inside that's a whole skill, right? So I'm personally noticing a lot of spiritual people and their claims, and it's ridiculous. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time. It's over. Move on. Yeah, you need to move on from like this chapter and these types of people. Like, prioritize yourself. Can we get another card? Basically just confirming like boundaries, discern these people or this kind of person's not for you. And they never will be. They'll likely just use you, because that's what narcissists do. Instead of doing hard work to find themselves and create something from nothing, they have to use other people. Caution. Find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. Yeah, just cautious eye, cautious moves. Under the deck at the bottom is water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So I'm gonna take that one too. So they could have water in their chart. Otherwise, maybe they just straight up are a water sign. It is what it is. So the main signs we have are Sagittarius, Gemini, Taurus, and then Cancer. So that should help you out on that front. We did also have 2 Moonology cards that had Cancer and Pisces. So that should also give you information. I think this is very specific, talking about relationships, which is what's going on with Mars retrograde pretty heavily. So maybe look up your chart and see where you have Mars and what house it's attached to. So yeah, if you don't know how to do that, there's a link down below. That's the link for a Vedic astrology chart. So it's Eastern astrology. It's not Western, what we know of commonly. So yeah. All right, I'm going to leave it here because this is already a lot. I hope this was helpful. I hoped that there was something in here for you that made sense and empowered you. And yeah, we'll see you in the next reading. Know that you are divine, sacred, and heavenly. Bye, Capricorns.